Hold on, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Camera, Razor Q Pro. All right, there. I don't know if you could hear me, but I wasn't broadcasting, it looked like. Let me make sure the audio is on the right thing. Yep, it's on the right thing. Okay, hopefully you can hear me, but I wasn't showing me. You know, that's always good. I've always been told I have a face for radio and a voice for print media. So probably better when you couldn't see me. But welcome, everybody, to another episode of our Danger to Society live gun chat, because we are still banned over on YouTube. So much for it being just 3 days, because they said anywhere between 3 days and infinity. So it looks like 3 days is not the answer. But welcome, everyone. Like I said, this is just a conversation between myself and my viewers. If you've never been here before, we are on my car channel right now, which is totally not a cover as a backup channel for my other channel. It's a totally different topic. It's cars. There's car videos and everything on there that I've put up. Someone said yesterday that there's no stuff up there about my son's car. Well, I'll do stuff because we've done stuff on my son's car. We've done custom airbag covers, and we're getting ready to install leather seats in his car. We've installed updated stereos and stuff, and subwoofers, and put in a custom shift knob, all kinds of stuff. But like I was saying, we're here again. I don't really got to do the spiel the way I normally do because you can't do super chats. But if anybody wants to help keep Pets and Vets funded while YouTube is trying to run us off the channel, you can go up to the top there. There's a link. There's a PayPal link there. When you click on that, it'll bring up a little window for you to donate. You can donate what you want. And there's a place there where it says, put super chat here. You put your super chat there. I'll answer it. Regardless of whether you put a chat in there, I will be reading that you donated to Pets and Vets. So please do so. I don't even want to talk about PayPal or Patreon because we lost another 11 subscribers over the last 24 hours. We are down 22 subscribers from where we were a week ago. So it's not doing well. Patreon, Subscribestar, though, pretty much the same. It seems like the supporters over on Subscribestar are just more dedicated than the Patreon ones. I think it's because a lot of times the ones on Patreon just do it temporarily. They'll sign up like $1, put it to where they charge it the first of the month, and then they'll ride it out watching the members chats. And then I got to see if there's a way I can make it to where it doesn't let you choose pay it the first of the month. That way you can't have 29 days of free membership where you get to watch all the videos and stuff. But as I was saying, let's see, I got to read people who bought merch. I think there was a sale today, so let me go over. Nope, those are orders I placed, so those are not new orders. These are all from yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Yes, these are from yesterday. Why are these showing that they're from today? These are not from today. Now, all these are from yesterday. Now, this one's from today. Sean Keterlin got a couple of stickers. And this one is from today. Kevin Payton, what did he get? He got a big gun. Oh, I like that shirt. Just because I carry a big gun doesn't mean I have a small penis. That's purely a coincidence. That shirt, he got that one. And he got, I think, the first of the Tisn't Just a Scratch 40 Smith & Wesson shirts. I don't know if people remember the Tisn't Just a Scratch shirts, but yeah, I didn't sell many of those. I think I sold like 1 or 2, and I think they were different calibers. Here they are. Yeah, here's the one he bought. This design right here. Remember, it's the Black Knight, but he's like, "Tisn't just a scratch," because he's got a hole blown through him because it's 40 Smith & Wesson. says The Black Knight versus Forte Smith & Wesson. And it says, "Tisn't just a scratch. Please call 911." So there's that design right there. If anybody wants to go get it. He's one like the second person that has. And then he got the big gun shirts. Let's see. Do I have a picture of the big gun design? Okay. I don't know if I got one. Yeah, here it is. This is the big gun one right here. Present, share screen. I like when people buy these old ones because I'd forgotten about them. But there's the one that says, "The fact that I carry a big gun does not mean that I have a small penis. That is purely a coincidence." So that one's available over on my website too. And I've got a couple of new designs that'll be coming out tomorrow. They're based on the same drawing, but they're new designs. And I'm working on another design. I'm working on remember Hootie the Owl? You know, give a hoot, don't pollute. Except mine's going to be Hootie the Owl with a shotgun. And it's going to say, the top line is going to be, you know, the surround line is going to be, "Don't fuck with other people's shit." And then it's going to be Hootie standing there with his shotgun saying, "Give a hoot, don't make me shoot." So that's the one I'm going to be doing. All right, where was I? Okay, I think that was it. So all I had to do was read those. Who sent this? Who just sent this? Sid P227 just sent this picture. And I think we can all agree this is his new toy, he said. And I think we can all agree. He actually just sent my new Beretta 92 FS Brigadier. This is the one he's going to make a Samurai Edge out of, I do believe. But I think we'd all agree that he's a dick because he got a new gun and I didn't. So fuck him. So fuck him. What's that? That's an email from the Mag Shack trying to get me to order more magazines. All right, let's see. I got everything read. I did the announcement. Oh yeah, I've got the link pinned at the top. Can everybody see the link? Because yesterday some people were saying they couldn't see the link. Can everyone see it pinned at the top? That's how you do your super chats tonight. If you want to do a super chat, it's kind of haphazard how we have to do it, but you know, at least it cuts YouTube out of the loop. You won't be giving YouTube half your money. It'll be going all to the Pets and Vets program. Well, there'll be a little bit taken out because PayPal takes a little percentage, but it's like nothing, nowhere near half. I still get like $4.50 out of every $5. But let's get over here and start answering questions. Oh, let me pour my soda first because I am thirsty. I got a super chat coming in from Arthur Dunham. Let me get over here and read it real quick. Let me pour my soda though first. Tried to distract me while I'm trying to pour my soda. All right. What did Arthur Dunham say? Art Dunham, he said, Pets and Vets. No question there. Because you can do, like I said, you can do super chats if you just want to ask a question. You want to drive the conversation. That always is a good help. Gives me something to talk about. Or you can just say Pets and Vets if you're just wanting to donate to the cause. Now, we are going to be doing a fundraiser soon where I will give all the money from what we earn in the chats and stuff to help out with the puppies that Soulless Ginger has rescued. So we will be doing something with that soon. So keep your eyes open for that. Now we got a super chat coming in from Martin Nwagugawin. He donated $100. Hell, I can stop the chat now. I don't got to do one tomorrow even. But I'll still do it because you people can't live without me. His name is Woodsy. What did I call him? The old coot. Did I call him something different, Woodsy? Yeah, I know his name's Woodsy. I was just sitting drawing him. I put the W on his belt. What'd I call him? I could have called him anything for all I know. I could have called him Pudding. My brain seldom knows what my mouth is doing. And that includes drinking, because I've gotten to the age now where my brain will sometimes say, take a breath while you're drinking, or forget to swallow, so that you cough and you about die just because you decided to take a drink. But yeah, I thought, what did I call him? Does anybody know what I called him? Does anybody remember what I called him? I don't remember what I called him. Could have been anything. Could have called him Susan. That's not his name. His name is not Susan. Dale Rickety sent you money, and it said, I got nothing. I got nothing. Nothing to add to the conversation. That's what he said. Can I see the notes on these on the email? No. Why could I see the note on that one? I could see the notes on that one on the email. Something went wrong. Contact the seller for help. Well, I don't know what to do with it. It's working for other people, I think. I'll try to put it out here. Let me try it on my end. See if it works. Boom. Yeah, it's coming up on my end. You might just got a timeout or something. You probably deserve a timeout. Bitch. Biatch. I called him Hootie. Hootie's that singer. Hootie and the Blowfish. Hootie. That's who that is. Well, I don't know where I got Hootie from. I wasn't even thinking of Hootie and the Blowfish. Woodsy. Zal. That's why I put the W on his belt buckle. He does not have a W on his hat. He's got a little pine tree on his hat and a red feather, which I've noticed after doing some research on Woodsy the Owl. The feather seems to be on whatever side of his body is facing the camera, because it is sometimes on the right, sometimes on the left, on signs, on posters, on everything. So I think it's supposed to be on the right side of his hat. Left, as you're looking at him, it should be on the left. Let's see, where was I at? Ralph Oakley just did a super chat, and he said, for the hell of it. That's Shadow. I guess it went through. For the hell of it. For the hell of it. Where am I at? What's going on? I'm confused. What's the email I'm looking at? I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right, let's get over here, see if there's any questions coming in. Remember, if you got questions, ask them. Keep the conversation flowing. Do super chat. Just stick them into the live chat. Just put out the Yankee mark. No, you got to put out the Yankee gearhead now. Remember, we decided last night, if I sign in properly, you got to put at the Yankee gearhead. So do that. I've got it written right here so that you can actually send me questions, or you can just use the link up there at the top, whichever one you want to do. The one should say appendix carry. That is a pistol in my pants, and I hate my balls. Oof. I like my balls. I mean, they're in the way. I could do without them. But they get stuck in stuff, and you sit on them. They get hit on the, I'm always afraid the toilet seat's going to get them. Good evening, ye old fartette. We can hear and see you. You figured out wrenches. Yes, I did. I figured out the wrenches. Someone had come in and told me what I was doing wrong, and I blew them off because I didn't understand what they were saying. And then later it kind of clicked, and I was like, that's what they were saying the other day. So I went and did it. And it worked. It might have been Gray Jedi or someone else. I can't remember who it was telling me. Did you hear about Judge Benitez being censured? Well, it means shit. It means the politicians in his state are mad at him for ruling along the lines of the Constitution. I'll look into it though. Hold on, let me write that down. Benitez censured. Not censored, censured. Do you still get channel member money or should I cancel? I still get channel membership money. I just can't live stream. I can't start or be in a live stream when I can't even go in other people's live streams on my other channel. Not that anybody ever asked me, but if anybody did ask me, I'd have to say, well, I can't come in under my real channel because, but it doesn't matter. If it's someone else's live stream, I'll just put my channel name down here and it won't matter. So if someone invited me, I could be on a live stream, but nobody invites me on live streams. Sometimes they'll invite me to come on their show and they want to pre-record it. And I always say, thanks, but no thanks. It's either going to go out live or I ain't doing it. I ain't having someone alter what I say or clip things out of context because I say a lot of stupid shit. I know who else ordered that 40 Black Knight shirt. I wore it to the range last week, said Stigma Lives. Yep, link is up there. Good. JFK, someone on the grassy knoll, or Oswald, but he was working with the Russians, and that's why they had to make it seem like it was more than it was, because if we had admitted that Oswald, who was intrinsically linked with the Russians, if they would have admitted that the Russian government helped a man assassinate the president, we would have had to go on to war, and they didn't want to go to war with Russia at the time. Martin Bisquick needs his wrench back. Where is he? I don't even see him. I don't see him. When I see him, when I get to him, I'll think about it. Speaking of JFK, JFK Jr. guy, it's kind of turning out the way I said it would. If you remember, if you go back a few weeks, I said, looking at the stuff I'm looking at and looking at his platform and looking at this other stuff and listening to people, he was being more of a darling of right of center than left of center. And I thought, well, people think this is going to be the big spoiler for Biden. And I think a lot of people on the right were supporting him because he was going to be a big spoiler for Biden. But it's kind of backfired on him because people on the right are going, yeah, I hate Donald Trump. I'll vote for this guy, more so than people who would normally vote for Trump or for Biden are doing. And now all the polls are showing that. All the polls are showing that people that are voting primarily for, that are saying, yes, I'm voting for JFK Jr., their second choice is Trump. So that means he's taking Trump votes. And even Trump has noticed that because his campaign manager has been putting out stuff slamming JFK Jr., and Trump slammed JFK Jr. on Truth Social because he's not being a challenger or a spoiler for Biden. He's being a spoiler for Trump. Because the people who are going to vote for Biden are going to vote for Biden. The Democrats are going to vote for Biden. And Republicans will almost always vote for the Republican, but there's a huge contingency of never Trumpers. And there's no never Bideners. There's no such thing, but there are a bunch of never Trumpers, and they seem to be gravitating towards JFK Jr. So, yeah, it's working out. Remember, I said that a few weeks ago, and now it's actually starting to come to pass. RFK Jr., yeah, not JFK Jr. I think I meant to say, speaking of JFK Jr., RFK Jr. is what's in your holster? I ain't wearing a holster. I ain't wearing pants. Didn't go nowhere today. I got a gun sitting right there loaded if I need one, but I don't got no pants on. The Crimson Trace optic on the gun costs more than half of what I paid for the gun with optic. Oh, someone got a cheap gun. They got it one of those little you call those fucking things skies. Let me show the picture here. Boom, there we go. You got a sky. Those things come in so many colors. And they're such a they kind of remind me of a little like a polymer Guardian from NAA. I wish they'd make them a little smaller and make one in a 32 NAA. I would like that. But they started off, weren't they, when they first came out, they were like SKY or S. How does the vodka spell its name? It was spelled like the Sky Vodka. And then they changed it to FCCY because I think they got trouble with Sky Vodka. But yeah, they're look. I've always been curious about them. You can get them in all different colors. That was Shadow got that, which is he's a dick too because I didn't get one. I don't care how expensive or inexpensive the gun is. If you get one, I don't get one. Well, then fuck you. There is no depth to my pettiness. I got a Kim. Oops. I started to read the second half of his question. He's got a Kimber K6S with Underwood's 125 grain jacketed hollow point. Well, that's a good combination. I like the Kimber K6S. It's a fine revolver. Some people don't seem to like it, but I tell them, I'm like, it's a fucking well-made revolver. It's an awesome revolver. Got a good trigger. Holds 6 rounds and a pretty much J-frame size gun. So a lot of people think that its competition is like the J-frames. Well, no, its competition is either the bigger K-frames or like the Colt models, because they'll put 6 rounds, like the King Cobra Carry, stuff like that. And those are all slightly larger. And the Kimber brings some design elements to the game that neither of those other two have. I wonder if the moon landing denier will debate you and spank the Yank. I think most of that was him just trying to annoy me. If the crane won't close on a revolver sent to my FFL from Gunbroker, will refusing the transfer help me get it fixed by the seller? Well, why won't the crane close? Unless it's horribly warped. And then that would be visible to the eye if it was horribly warped. But why won't the crane close? Usually, are you saying it won't physically go shut, which could mean a warped crane or serious damage? Or are you saying it closes but it won't latch? Well, in that case, it could be the little, little mechanism that locks them in sticking from being dirty or something. So I'd have to know more about what you're talking about. But refusing it is going to mean it's not going to transfer to your name, but it's not going to help you get your money back. That's the thing about buying from private parties. I had that issue before, and I had to threaten someone with a little visit from the ATF. It closes but won't latch. Well, that's probably just needing cleaned out. I would ask the FFL to spray it down with some bore cleaner and blow it out because I can't pick up a gun to show you. But if you look in the center of the star, there's a little area, that you push back. When you push the little plunger back, it comes out right there and it pushes the latch into the frame of the gun. Make sure that little button is coming out, making sure that is not stuck out, blah, 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 all kinds of things. Just make sure you clean it good. It should, if it's closing, well, then that means that's at least good, because that means it's not a bent crane. Most likely not. Or it still can be, but it would just be that your cylinder is slightly off cant. If your cylinder looks like it's straight in there, that's probably not a bent crane then. It's probably just the locking mechanism is froze up from being dirty. It's dirty, 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 dirty. We got a super chat from Lucas Imes, and he said, P&V, if you are not in fact Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, why have you been wanted by the Giants for murder since 1968? You mean the football team or an actual giant or actual Giants? I have not. I've been able to buy guns. If I'd been wanted, would I be able to buy guns? Unless Jack was my alias, and now I'm using another alias. But in 1978, I was only like what, 12 years old. How old was Jack? Well, he was married, wasn't he? Didn't he married? Because didn't his wife send him out to sell the cow? Wasn't that his wife, not his mother? Wait, how old was Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk? Jack and the Beanstalk. Some people keep saying Jack and in the Beanstalk. That's not right. Jack and the Beanstalk age. Let's see. Yeah. Good Lord, that's not what I wanted. Jack and the Beanstalk is usually here, although Go does not marry at the end, but in some versions returns to his. Oh, I guess it was his mother that sent him to sell the cow. How old is Jack? How old is Jack? Jack and the Beanstalk. Let's see. It was his mother that sent him to get a cat to sell the cow. So I guess he could have been fairly young. It doesn't mention his age. It doesn't mention how old Jack was. But it was not me. I could not be me because I would not climb a beanstalk. I am horribly afraid of heights. So there's no fucking way I'd free climb a beanstalk into the clouds. I won't climb a ladder if I don't have to. So no way could it possibly be me. It just couldn't be. Just couldn't be. Where was I? Oh, I was searching Jack and the Beanstalk. Why am I still on that? Get that off of there. Let's see, where are we at on questions over here? Do I get a wrench for the suggestion? Did you have a wrench before? There's Martin Bisquick. I'm going to give him a wrench right in front of you just to rub it in. Bang. What's for supper tonight? I don't know. I think I'm going to have a club sandwich because I know we have turkey, ham, and roast beef in there, and I got Hawaiian bread, which is what I like to use for sandwiches. And I know I got provolone cheese, and I know I got shredded lettuce, and I think I have a tomato. So I think I'm going to have a club sandwich tonight, probably two of them. A group of Cuban mercenaries accidentally killed their own Russian commander in Ukraine. Oops. Yeah, you hire mercenaries, they're not sometimes not sure who's who. They're also not great at they call it following orders. How you reckon the pyramids of Egypt were made? Ancient aliens, maybe? Thoughts? No, because we know very well how they were built. It's the methods they used to move things, the way they floated them downriver upside down, and things like that. It's well known and very mechanically sound. And plus, you got to remember that they were willing to do it in a little bit different way than we would do it nowadays, because they were willing to throw thousands of lives at it until it was done. People dying every day on the job, they just switch them out with someone else. In Tennessee, a man fired 7 shots into a Domino's delivery car that arrived at his address by mistake. The paranoid shooter thought the driver wanted to steal his truck. Well, the paranoid shooter is going to go to jail. Good evening, Yank. What's for super tonight? I already answered that, didn't I? Did I jump back up? What? No. So wait. Or did I read that one early? I think I read that one early. With this total not backup channel, will it remain if you post gun content, or does it have to be different subjects? I suggest a sweet tour of your Harbor Freight tool collection. Well, I'm only going to post car stuff on this channel because I don't really do much on this channel. In fact, I didn't even have any videos on it until we did this. Oh, and someone will always ask me, how far away are we from getting to be able to do everything over here? Well, we are halfway to being able to do super chats, and we're about a third of the way to, no, more than a third. Not quite half, but more than a third way to being able to be monetized and everything. But because we're at 1.7 thousand view hours right now, and we have to get to 3,000 viewing hours. It still hasn't updated over here. It's still saying we only got 500. It takes a few days for them to update over here. But we're about halfway there to doing what we need to do. I put the videos in a playlist, so if anybody ain't watched the playlist, feel free to do so. I gotta keep paying attention over here so I don't miss the super chats because they don't pop up on the screen here. No pants. What did you think of silk boxers back in your rich days? I've never been a boxer fan. I just like cotton briefs. I've never understood. To me, saying I prefer boxers is like saying, you know what I like? Walking around all day with my balls stuck to my leg. And I've never understood that. And I know nowadays it's very popular with the kids to wear the boxers that have that little pouch in them that pushes all your junk forward, and then wear sweatpants with them and stuff. But that's just fake advertising, for one. And two, it's just gross looking and not comfortable. I mean, I don't want my balls stuck to my leg. Of course, I guess the ones with little pouches that hold everything up and push it forward would keep your stuff from sticking to your leg at least. But then it's classless. I don't like it. If you got to resort to that, don't bother. Just wear it. You ain't fooling nobody. Many students at UCLA who are pursuing worthless degrees realize that they'll be saddled with debt for life, and this fuels their rage. But no one told them to choose worthless degrees. I mean, very few degrees are absolutely worthless because, you know, there's a lot of jobs out there that have nothing to do with most anything, but they still require you to have a 4-year degree to have them. It was like when I worked for Willamette Bridge programs. To have my job, you had to have a 4-year degree in psychology. But to be like some of the other positions that weren't actually direct case managers or anything like that, you just had to have a college degree. It didn't matter what it was. It could be in anything. It could be in computer programming. It could be in phys ed. As long as you had a college degree, they would hire you for some positions. So a college degree can be useful sometimes. And it used to be when I was younger, when you were applying to hire police agencies, like in bigger cities or state police, etc., you had to have at least an associate degree. Then they took that away, and now I don't even know if you got to be a high school graduate. I think you can have your GED and become a police officer. Like it used to be, you couldn't get in the Army without a high school diploma, and then they changed it to where you could have your GED. What Kel-Tec revolver would you recommend? I don't think they make does Kel-Tec even make a revolver? That would be a fiasco. The Jack the Lego Maniac commercial was taken off the air because the term maniac was offensive to people with mental health issues. People are sensitive. I doubt it was. offensive to the actual people with mental health issues. It was probably offensive to a bunch of Nancys who are, so concerned about everybody else. On the main channel, I do. Sure you do. I don't. Anybody else believe him? I don't know if I believe him. I would like a wrench. I've been watching this show every day since before the pandemic. Are you crazy? You're a nut job. You're completely insane. Who's stronger, Bigfoot or werewolf Bigfoot? Are they hunters or scavengers? Well, they're both. They're hunter-gatherers. We're out of questions. We might get done early tonight. I don't got nothing to read to y'all or tell y'all or anything else. I finally got videos to upload today. They're not doing well, but they uploaded. Like I uploaded a video today on SCOTUS finally going to rule on the assault weapons bans and the magazine limits. Looks like it's going to be almost a done thing now because they got all 5 of the cases going to conference, and I'm sure they're going to consolidate them, but they're going to have to do something. Is there any way to see where my t-shirt is you couldn't see yesterday? Oh, I saw it actually yesterday. It eventually popped up, and it said it was, wait, let me make sure I'm looking at the right t-shirt. Where? If it was the Subjugate and Punish shirt, it went into production yesterday. So should be shipping probably tomorrow, I would say. If it doesn't ship today. Because the things I've gotten updates on lately is Ben Coors. His flag went into production. Your Subjugate and Punish shirt, and then a Thin Blue Line shirt for Jason Thompson went into production. Those are the only alerts I've gotten recently. You should get a tracking number when it ships because I put your email on it. Whatever became of your dagger? I swore that I thought that you bought one, or at least the frame. I got 3 frames in there. I got 2 daggers and one of the 5.7s of their guns. And the regular one I'm giving to Caden. I've let him pick out his slide and his barrel and all that stuff, and I'm going to order him once I have the money and get that sent. Get that put together for him as his first polymer gun. So he's been shooting the Glock a lot lately. So he keeps coming in. Where's that one with? I'm like, it's right there. Someone in today's video asked how the Supreme Court ruling on the assault weapons ban would affect the 68 and 86 laws. Any thoughts on that? Wouldn't affect them at all unless they go back and retroactively change things in those laws, because those laws don't deal with the same things these cases are dealing with. These cases are dealing with states placing bans on firearms that have certain features that are still in common use, etc. It's not going to affect automatic weapons. It's not going to affect anything like that because these bans aren't on automatic weapons. So the court wouldn't be ruling on that at all because that's not even part of the suit. If someone wants to try to make automatic weapons legal, they'd have to sue on those grounds. What do you think of Canic? I mean, they make some fine little Walther clones, or Volter, as people like to say, but I say don't say that because we won the fucking war, so we decide how letters are pronounced, and it's Walther. So I think they make some fairly decent little Walther clones. I don't like them because they're Turkish, but other than that, I can't remember the word you used for the metal decoration that's attached to a knife handle. Did you call it a shield, an escutcheon, or inlay, or a plate? What do you mean? Are we talking about the hilt, or what are we talking about? What part of metal on a knife? The word I used, I don't. If I used it, it's probably not the right word because I don't know if I've ever really. I don't usually refer to things by the right words. Toby Person just bought some magnets. He bought some magnets. He got the Ketanji Brown Jackson magnet. And he actually paid for them because it just came through on PayPal. It's always nice when people pay for their stuff because I always forget to pay for stuff and it gets late because I get these little messages saying your PayPal orders are on hold because like somebody will win something and I'll do a drawing and then I'll be like, oh shit, I forgot. Oh, someone asked why we didn't do a drawing last night. We didn't really make much in donations last night. We only had like 3 super chats total. Tonight, are we going to have enough? I don't know. Let's look and see. How many we got so far? That's not what I want. I want to go back to transactions. Oops, that ain't what I want to see. Thank you. Up, it signed me out again. God damn it. If it asked me to give them gotta give them a fucking code. God damn it. PayPal's pissing me off. I don't know why it signs me out and then it has me. You got to put in a code if you want to get back into your account. We got to text it to you. There we go. Let's see. How many have we got today? Activity, all transactions. That's not a super chat. That's not a super chat. That's a super chat. That's a super chat. It's a super chat. We've only had 1, 2, 3, 4 super chats today. Although one of them from Martin Weil was a pretty good super chat, but he didn't do it actually as a super chat. But still, I'll count it. Top chat versus I'm on top chat. If I switch to live chat, I'm going to lose everything. Well, we don't got a lot of questions over here anyway. Let's see. Roswell, New Mexico, 1947 UFO crash never happened. Real cover up or hoax? Hoax. Weather balloon or swamp gas? Which way are you leaning? Wow, it's just an urban legend more than anything else. Most people know what Roswell was. It was a training area for experimental aircraft and surveillance stuff. No aliens, no none of that shit. The people who come up with that shit are fucking insane. It's like, oh, well, this one guy, he was a colonel and he says that he saw aliens and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he also wrote books on it and also wrote books on how ghosts visit his wife regularly. So, so he had a monetary reason to try to make up shit, and he also might just be a total loon. What? I read that. Someone on today's video, I read that too. Thoughts on the Walther P99 and the Glock 49? Well, I don't know which one the Glock 49 is, so I'm going to have to look that up. I don't remember the Glock shit. I don't remember all their numbers and everything. Which one is the 49? Oh, that's a long slide or longer slide. So it's a full-size slide with a compact frame. I mean, that sounds like a good idea to me. Sounds awesome. As far as the P99, I love the P99. One of the most underrated guns ever, and one of the best polymer guns ever. I especially like the anti-stress trigger, the AS. So really like the P99s. Did you hear about the punishment of Judge Benitez in California? He's been barred from hearing criminal cases for 5 years, freeing him up for civil cases like gun control cases. He's just being punished because they don't like the way he's ruling. They made some trumped up charges on, how he treated a little girl in court, and I'm like, I've seen that happen 1,000 times. Because they just don't like the fact that he's ruling along the lines of the Constitution. He's working for the people and not for the government. Saw a conspiracy about how government wants to restrict healthcare and college affordability to their military recruitment, which offers free healthcare and college tuition. Well, I don't know if it's that they want to restrict it to that, because they don't really want the military too educated. It's just an incentive. I don't know if I would go for any, what do you call it, conspiracies on that. It's just an incentive. Help them pay for their college and give them health care, and gives them an incentive to join the military. I don't think they want just the military. Inlay is any material embedded into the knife handle, usually ornamental. Wow, is that what he's talking about, or is he talking about a part of the knife? I don't know. It's like, is he talking about the pommel or the? I don't know. No such thing as UFOs. Then asking for a friend. Well, I mean, there's UFOs, because UFOs are unidentified flying objects. There's a lot of things we see we don't know what it is that are unidentified. That doesn't mean they are of otherworldly. There's 1,000 other explanations that make a lot more sense and are not as fanciful. In fact, if you look at the things, even with the modern stuff where they've been telling everybody about the reports from pilots and stuff like that lately, all the experts are like, there's nothing in it that suggests anything otherworldly, period. Yeah, and it doesn't even make sense, because if a species was advanced enough to get here, why would they even be interested in us? Period. There'd be nothing they could learn from us that they didn't learn from, one sample that they stole from a trailer park back in 1975. They'd have nothing to learn from us. Our planet has nothing that they would want. People are like, oh, they want our gold. There's asteroids out there that have more gold in them than our entire planet does. They want our water. But there's also comets and stuff that are purely ice that have more water in them than we have on our entire planet, so they wouldn't want it for that. Those are all just fanciful tellings from screenwriters. There's absolutely nothing we could offer them. They're obviously more advanced than we are, more intelligent than we are, more capable than we are. They could get any materials they want anywhere else. Why would they care about us? Why would they even be interested? That would be like if we found out, if you found out today that, hey, there's crawdads in the lake, are you gonna go out there and spend your and you're like, well, I'm gonna go look at them. It's gonna cost me a lot of money, take a lot of time, but I want to see them crawdads. No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, that ain't worth it. So same thing with them. I saw a chess school van drive through my chess school van. What the fuck is that? Evidently they drive kids to and from chess school. Talk about privileged kid. What the fuck is a chess school? That way you go to learn to play chess? I've never been a fan of chess. I'm not good at it either, but because I never bothered learning to play it. But I mean, I know how to move. I know the way the things move. I know how to play. I don't understand. I'm going to use this method, or this, what do you call it? The knight's paradigm, or I don't want to. Paradigm. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'd rather play checkers. Okay, checkers. Or what's that one used to be with the marbles? That one was fun. Remember that when you were a kid? You had the little, like it was a star and you had the marbles. I don't even remember how it was played, but I remember liking it. I'd rather play with Lincoln Logs, to be honest, though. I bet if Caltech made a revolver, it'll hold 50 rounds. Just saying. Well, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't shoot any of them. We all have to be careful not to mention the cost of a particular gun in your chat because if you read it, YouTube could flag you. That was ridiculous that day when they did that shit. That was because I mentioned the price of the gun. They said, well, it's obviously a paid advertisement. You're advertising the gun. I wasn't advertising the gun. I was just comparing the prices. I think Roswell is real cover up. We can't handle the truth. Just saying. Well, I would agree that you can't handle the truth. I would agree with you 100% there. That's it. Looks like we're out of questions. And I don't got nothing over here. Well, I wouldn't have anything over here because there's no super chats. I'm used to checking over here, but people in Scotland have been saying that they've seen the Loch Ness Monster since 564 AD. If Nessie is still alive, she's very old. Yeah, she'd be very old. Hell, just from when I was a kid, and people were really big on it. That's over 50 years ago. How long do these fucking things live, supposedly? Yeah, there's not much hope for that either. I mean, I would like to believe Loch Ness Monster exists. It's fanciful. When I was a kid, I loved it. Just like I would like to believe Bigfoot exists. And I do because I want to. And when people say, well, what's your proof? I'm like, well, I don't need proof. I just want to. Makes me feel good to believe it. Just like when you talk to me about Jesus. As long as you don't try to force your ideas on me, I don't care whether you believe in him or not. Same thing. You shouldn't care whether I believe in a Jeebus or not Jeebus, Loch Ness Monster. I believe in Loch Ness Monster more than I believe in Jeebus. Thanks for looking up my shirt. I wasn't looking up your skirt or shirt. I mean, not skirt. I want to see what's up your shirt. Probably a lot of hair and flab. I want to see that. The museum in Roswell has all the original newspapers where the government lied about things and then changed their story and then denied everything. Yeah, I've seen that museum. And it's not a museum of fact. It's a museum of people wanting to prove something went on it because it's a tourist trap. And it highly misrepresents a lot of things. And plus, what do you think the military is going to do when they put out a lot of the stuff that's attributed to the military wasn't actually the military. It was the local radio station that put it forward, the interviews to the newspapers, etc. And a lot of the interviews were with people who were supposed witnesses that turned out to have no connection to it whatsoever. So that's a tourist trap, trying to convince people of stuff and making it worth you spending your money to come there. I would call it a museum is pretty, well, I guess you can call it a museum because I don't think they got to be for education or anything. Do you think having a better hammer-fired trigger is worth the lower capacity on the P938? Compared to what? Whether I would choose the 938 over another gun would really depend on the other gun. It's like someone said, Moron Museum. It's like the Ripley's Believe It or Not. Most of the stuff in there, well, I don't believe it because it ain't real. It ain't true. That's why it's Believe It or Not Ripley's. You better believe it because most of it's fake. Would joining this channel have the same free icons as the other one, or would they be car themed? cat themed. Why do you say cat themed then car themed? They'd be car themed if I made them. But you can't join this channel. This channel doesn't have that privilege. We don't have any type of monetization on this channel. It hasn't had enough people watching it. So it's been ignored. Ignored. Many of these lake monsters look similar to each other. I wonder if Ogopogo would produce offspring with Nessie. Well, they all appear similar to each other according to the time frame that they originated. It's like aliens, people who claim to be abducted by aliens. Whatever version of aliens was popular at the time is what the people described the aliens as looking like. Like back in the 50s, they described them one way because that's how they were portrayed in the media. And then in the 60s and 70s, they portrayed them another way. In the late 70s and so on, they started having big heads and long, skinny arms and fingers because that's how they were portrayed in the media. They weren't little green men anymore. They were pale with big heads. And it was always, you can look back and see that every one of them is driven by what is the popular idea of what those things look like at the time, because some people can be convinced of anything. So were the New York lights that happened a few years ago a thing that never happened? I'm not saying they're aliens, but it's still a lie. How's it a lie? Who lied about it? If you're saying it's aliens and someone else is saying it's not, then who's lying? So I don't know which exactly thing you're talking about, but I did see one from New York not too long ago that I actually commented on Instagram, and they're like, people pulling over aside the road because of this amazing spectacle. And I'm like, what, they've never fucking seen a blimp before? Because it was a fucking blimp with a ticker taker thing on it, the light show thing. It was a fucking Goodyear blimp. So people like to see whatever they want to see quite often. And the easiest person and the easiest time to convince someone of a conspiracy theory is when you're talking to them about something that they're totally ignorant of the facts on. That's when it's easy to make people believe conspiracy theories, because it's easy to believe anything when you don't know anything. See, we got a super chat just came in. Hold on, let me get over there and read it. Oh, I gotta log back in. It logged me out again. Activity, all transactions. It was John Mandrick. And what did he say? What did he say? Did he say anything? What did he say? He didn't say nothing. John Mandrick didn't say nothing. He could have said something this time, but he didn't say nothing. God damn you, John man. I couldn't even get his name wrong on purpose that time. I was Mandrake. I wonder if Kevin Mabry ever shot the 5.7 I sent him. He won the 5.7, remember? Crop circles made by aliens? No, those have been discredited for years. In fact, the people who usually made them based them on old methods that like the Aztecs, other ancient people used, not as messages from aliens, but trying to send messages to possible aliens, or trying to send messages to their gods. So, those are all fucking fake and easy to do. You see these shows on, like, you see how these are laid down? There's just no possible way that could be done. There's no way you could lay them down. And then Mythbusters goes out there in 20 minutes and does it. So if you just saw the first show where the expert was like, there's no way this could be done, you'd be like, oh my God, that's crazy. There's no way it could be done. And if you didn't see the Mythbusters go right out and do it in like 20 minutes, you'd be like, still thinking it was crazy. It couldn't be done. What if Ogopogo got into the Columbia River? He'd probably die. Well, the Willamette River, he'd die. The Columbia would probably be okay, but Willamette River, he died. But it's very cold, so I hope he likes cold water because that's a very cold river. Aliens are as fake as gods, Bigfoot, and an honest government. Well, I mean, I do believe in alien life. Uh, as far as is there life on other planets? Well, considering there's an infinite number of a possibly infinite number of solar systems and galaxies, etc. Well, to believe that the conditions for life only happened once, well, that's not how math works. If there's an infinite number, well, then there's an infinite number of times that things worked out. So there's got to be lots of life out there, but they're so far away from us, inconceivable distances from us, that most species never live long enough to travel those distances. So they die out. There's probably been species that die out before us, and there's species right now on other planets where the dominant species is just starting to rise, and we'll all rise and fall and never know each other because of distance. But I believe they're out there. I just don't think that they're hopping in their spaceship and toodling over here on the weekends to anally molest hillbillies. I think John Mandrick did say something this time. Hold on. Let me look and see. Did he? No, he didn't put anything in there this time either. Why is he doing that? He's trying to annoy me. Or maybe it's not working now. Remember, it didn't work sometimes. Well, we're out of time. We're past time. So let me do the... Oh, excuse me. We'll go over here and count how many entries we got. All transactions. And right here, there's 7, 14, 17, 20, 95, and 98. So I got to generate a number between 1 and 98. Random number generator. 1 and 98. Boom. 82. Well, that's going to be Martin the Wagon because he's got the 75 right in the middle. So Martin the Wagon is the winner. He knows what to do. Send an email to shootingleftercenter@gmail.com. Choose a hat, shirt, or a mini flag that you would like, free of charge, and give me your info, and I will send it over. Where are we at? Is just jealous the aliens don't want to play with his anus. I could get some aliens to play with my anus if I want to. I just have to go to the Home Depot. I just don't want to. That gets old after a while. I'm not sure how I missed it, but recently saw your Ahmaud Arbery video. Outstanding video, sir. So important to have someone like you in the gun community. Thanks for all you do. Well, I just tell what I see. I don't do anything special. I try not to see everything through a clouded lens of racism or bigotry or preconceptions, although I do sometimes. But I think being the best person you can be doesn't always mean you're not going to have any racism or bigotry. Some of us are just indoctrinated with it from the day we're born. You got to remember, I was raised by fucking white supremacists, basically. So it's going to be there in a lot of us. Black, white, Hispanic, no matter what you are, you're going to have your inbred, where they breed it into you, prejudices. When you want to be a better person, it means you have to be able to take that first reaction, hold on to it for a second, and evaluate and see, is that something that's true, or is that just some of my stinking thinking? And I have to do that all the time, especially in traffic, because I always play older Asian when someone's in my fucking way. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to pass them. Let's see if they're old or Asian. And that's prejudice. But thanks everyone for coming. I will see you all to what dragon tails and such rainbows. What are they talking about over there? Eating soap. I don't know what's going on over there. But thanks everyone for coming. Especially thanks to everybody who's helping support the channel while YouTube has crippled us. For those of you that are, what is that? Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for everybody helping support the channel. I appreciate it. What was that? Just fucking popped up. It's ever since I've opened up a Facebook page and I put links over there to Shopify products, I get like 100 emails every day from someone like, oh, do you ship internationally? And it's always just a scam. Or, hey, I'm with the Shopify, Winners Club. I would love to talk to you about you. Or you get the form letter. Hey, I just checked out your Shopify channel. I really love your products. It's obvious you worked very hard on it. I'd like to speak to you about just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Although I do need to promote my Shopify channel, but I don't know how. And I know those people aren't people. Someone who comes to me asking me to advertise with them, well, then I know that's not who I want to. I don't want a business that has to come looking for me. I want a business that when I know what I want, I have to go looking for them because they don't have to look for me because they do their job. So I choked myself. So there. So thanks everybody. I will see you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Till then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again.